Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a mukbang. I don't do these very often, but you know, gotta switch it up. Hey Rain, Taco Bell. I worked out today. It's Sunday, by the way, so I didn't have to work. I got like the G2 fruit punch Gatorade. Tastes pretty shitty. Normally wouldn't get a drink, but they had this craving box for $6, and you got like 2 burritos, I think like a chalupa cinnamon twist, or no, a burrito, a taco, a chalupa, and cinnamon twist, and a drink for like $6. And I was like, well, that's a good deal. We're gonna get that. And I also got some Fiesta potatoes and a chicken chipotle melt. I love chicken chipotle melts. I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to eat all this food, but I am pretty hungry. I have not really eaten anything all day. I worked out and I showered and I was sitting here and I was like, gosh, I don't feel very good. And then I was thinking about it. The only thing I've eaten today is a bowl of cereal. So that's probably why, and that's maybe why I didn't feel the greatest when I was doing my workout. So we're gonna eat some Taco Bell. I think this is the chalupa. I've never had one of these, so we're gonna try it. It looks good. And one thing I want to say is, like, I'm eating fast food. It's okay. You don't have to eat perfectly healthy to lose weight. It is 100% possible to lose weight and not eat super healthy. It is. And you can't eat like complete garbage, but the thing I've realized is, like, how much you're eating, it makes way more of a difference versus like what you're eating. And so, the day I started focusing on how much I was eating and stopped focusing on what I was eating was the day was when I really started to have success with weight loss. Anyway, let's try this chalupa. It's okay. It's not like blow my socks off amazing or anything. Cinnamon twist. I love these things. Okay, and then I think it came with a beefy 5-layer burrito, which I have had these before. They're good. I couldn't believe how cheap like this was. I feel like it'd be at least $10 if you were getting all this separately. And that's another thing. After being on this journey for as long as I had, like, I physically just can't eat as much as I used to. Like, I could probably have demolished off this whole thing, all of this food I got, no problem before. And now it's like we're at that point of, like, I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to finish all this food. But, Taco Bell isn't the worst leftover. I'm gonna eat my Fiesta potatoes. There we go. It really does not taste that good. Alright, Fiesta potato. They're potatoes covered in cheese and sour cream. How can you go wrong, Ugh. I swear, food just tastes better when you haven't hardly eaten anything all day. I think another reason I make these mukbangs is so you know, I've made enough videos and I've showed videos that show my results on weight loss. I just want to remind people, like, you know, I think the reason I failed so many times, because I failed, like, if you're struggling with weight loss, I did too. I struggled for like 6-7 years before I really started to have success. And, you know, I was way too hard. First of all, I was way too hard on myself. You know, I'd have one bad day and then I'd be like, oh, what's the fucking point? It's okay. It's okay to have bad days. It's also okay to, like, you don't have to force yourself to eat foods you don't like. You know, I try to force myself to eat things because they were healthy. Well, maybe we eat something that's a little less healthy, but we just eat less of it, you know? You don't have to eat perfect. You really, really don't. Because I've lost 80 pounds and I definitely don't eat perfect all the time. Ugh. How spicy their cheese is. Oh my gosh. You know, if you haven't noticed by watching my channel, I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. And Reputation and Lover have been like my two favorites lately. And I don't know, I just keep getting Don't Blame Me stuck in my head. Don't blame me, your love made me crazy. Da, da, da. Honestly, I think Reputation's one of my favorites. I like all of her albums, but like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I like them for different reasons. Like, Fearless and Speak Now, you know, they were the first two albums that, like, I knew every song by heart. And I listened to them so much. Like, to this day, I know every song by heart. And those were kind of, you know, the first two albums that I really just loved. And so those just kind of hold a special place for me. But I wouldn't necessarily, like, she's released so many albums and so many songs at this point. I wouldn't necessarily say that Fearless and Speak Now are still my favorites, but they will always hold that special place for me, you know, and I do love them. But I don't know, I love Her and Reputation that have been my favorites lately. I also really like Midnights. I like Folklore and Evermore. I haven't spent a ton of time. I've listened to all the songs, but I haven't spent like a ton of time listening to them, if you know what I mean. Red. I like Red, but it's definitely not my favorite. I feel like quite a few of the songs on Red are just kind of like these catchy pop songs, which isn't a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but I just feel like some of her other albums are written better than Red. And I also remember when Red came out, I had loved Taylor Swift, and I loved, you know, I just loved country at the time. I remember when Red came out, I felt like betrayed. I'm like, this is not country, this is pop. And even when 1989 came out, I kind of felt the same way. I remember the first time I heard Shake It Off, I was like I liked it, but I'm like, this isn't Taylor Swift. And then, you know, you can't even stay mad, because it's like, she just writes such incredible music. And I should say, like, her first album as well, I listened to that one a lot. I knew all the words off that one, and that one's good. I just feel like, you know, it's her first album. She was really young when she released it, so a lot of the songs just, like, I don't know, like, they have that young feeling. They don't have, it's kind of like how I feel about Red. It doesn't have like that depth and that emotion. Not that the songs are bad, but I just feel like it's, you know, it's not her best album. It is what it is. I'm already starting to get full and I've barely eaten any of this food. Those cinnamon twists. I've been doing Couch 5K, which I think I just posted an update not too long ago. And I like Couch 5K. I've made it further than I've ever made it before, but oh my gosh. I got home, I finished probably like almost 3 hours ago, and I feel like I still feel it. It was rough. This was probably one of my hardest days. I think because it's like it was so hot and so sunny today, and I just couldn't do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I love Taco Bell. I never really had Taco Bell until I was an adult. Then I had it and I was like hooked. When I was like 4 years old, my mom and I went to Taco Bell and we both got really bad food poisoning. And so after that, my mom never wanted to eat at Taco Bell. So I never had Taco Bell again until I was an adult. And then it's like I had it and I've been hooked ever since. And you know what I like about it too? Is it's good and it's affordable. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I've kind of been debating doing a challenge where I only eat out and see if I can do it for like less than what my grocery budget is. Which I budget $200 a month, so like about $50 a week, $100 every 2 weeks. And like, you know, groceries have gotten really expensive, even shopping at places like Aldi and Walmart, who typically have pretty, I mean, Aldi's is always cheap. In Walmart, you know, if you're shopping name brand and stuff like that, they typically, at least where I live, they usually have like some of the better prices. Stuff is just so expensive. Like I spent a little over $100. I don't even feel like I got that much stuff. Like, you know, it just is expensive. So I've been debating just doing that challenge. I mean, obviously, you know, we're not going to be able to eat super fancy every night, but I feel like it might be possible. That being said, I don't typically eat breakfast. With me doing intermittent fasting, it's just breakfast turns into like a skip sort of thing. So typically, like, if I have anything for breakfast, it's a small snack. And then for lunch, I eat at work on work days, and that costs like $3 a meal, which is really cheap. Cheaper than I could like pack a lunch. And then so like the really, like, obviously I'd be paying for my lunches at work. The only thing I'd really need to pay for is like dinners primarily. Obviously on the weekend I would need to do like lunch, but so I think it might be possible. I mean, obviously I'd have to be really strategic with it, like, you know, go to places like Taco Bell, go to what is it called? Like, go to the different restaurants in places when they have, like, you know, their deals, because every place has their deals. I don't know. I feel like it might be possible. Is it gonna be healthy? No, probably not, but I just kind of want to try it and just see. But you know what does drive me crazy? I see those ads for the meal kits, and they're like, so much cheaper. No, they're not. I've priced those out, and the one 4 meals for 2 people, it was like $80. And I'm like, this is just dinner, and not even for the whole week. Like, where are you buying your groceries that's cheaper for you than my groceries, you know? Because it's not cheaper for me, let me tell you. I might have to be done, guys. I'm already getting full. I haven't even eaten half this food. I think my thing with Taco Bell is I've always kind of ordered about, maybe not quite this much food. This is a little more than I would typically order, but you know, I always kind of had this idea of like, this is what I need to order at Taco Bell to like get full. And now I don't need that. Like, I ate Fiesta potatoes, some cinnamon twists, and like bite of the chalupa and half the beefy 5-layer, and I'm like, not quite full, but we're getting close. So I think we're gonna stop right here, guys. Thank you if you were eating with me. I hope you enjoyed your meal. Let me know what you think of this type of videos, or if you have any suggestions for me. I would love to hear them. I don't know, I've been trying a lot of different things, seeing what I like to film, seeing what does well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.